What's up, guys? It's Nev. Today we're going to be going over one of the most important aspects of Madden, which is the user movement. And I'm going to showcase this versus Gun Bunch, which is to the right side right here, and it is the play verticals. It's one of the best plays in the game. All the pros run it if you're watching any sort of competitive Madden. Just look in the bottom right there, 56 average yards. That's from my account. 56 average yards is the play. So this is one of the most high-powered plays in the game, and you really have to have good user to defend it. So we're going to be going over that. And it's having a good user is one of the hardest parts of Madden, but it's also one of the most crucial parts. So usually you always want your bunch to the wide side, so we're going to move it back right here. But as soon as we set this ball up, I'm just going to be in the 3-3-5 wide defense, which is probably the most popular defense out right now. Just some normal setup like this. So really, having a good user, it comes down to like three things. The first one is knowing where your zones are. So for say, I have two deep zones on that side. I have a curl flat on my right side, a hard flat on my right side. Then I know that I have to watch the middle of the field and the left. So if this running back goes out on a route over here, I need to sprint to it. If this tight end goes on a streak, I need to guard it, stuff like that. So against verticals, I obviously know that there's going to be a crosser across the middle I'm going to have to follow, but if it was just like I didn't know the play was coming, that's what you have to do. If I had something like this, where I have a zone on the left side as well, I know that I have to watch the middle of the field, and against verticals, I would have to guard this little tight end wheel route. So it's just really knowing where your zones are, making sure you know what the play call is. If you don't have hooks, guard curl routes and crossers. If you have flat routes, if you don't have flats, you guard the flat routes. If you don't have it, especially, all right, so if you take one of your deep zones off to say man this seam receiver up and the tight end goes on a streak, you need to run back here. You need to run back here and cover it, or else it'll be a touchdown. Like, discipline is one of the most important things you could have with your user, and if this guy right here is running a streak, it's a touchdown, unless you run back with it. At this point, like, the 5 yards a running back will get up on a streak route isn't necessary. Like, you just let that up because nothing's worse than a touchdown. So against verticals right here, there's this high-powered crosser, which is definitely the best route in the play. This wheel route from the running back is another important, or from the tight end, I mean, is one of the most important routes as well. It's those two routes kind of make the read in this play. So as soon as Baker Mayfield snaps the ball, I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. So I know it's verticals. I need to run with this crosser the whole way. See, like, that's fine. The running back was manned up. It still got burnt just because that's what it does against man coverage. But giving up that 5 yards is way better. It's way better than giving up the 35 plus yards they'll give up to the crosser. Here, I'll just do like this. So I'll guard the running back this time instead of the crosser, and you guys will see how open it is. Like right there, I obviously sacked him, but the crosser was open for, let's see, it was open for a good 25, 30 yards right there. So I'll run it again, see if I give Baker enough time to throw it. Alright, so right here. So I'll be guarding something else. So the crosser is wide open. The crosser is wide open down there. It really is just one of the best routes in the game. It really won't get played by a man coverage unless your corner has like one step or acro or mid zone or any of those abilities. So just discipline with the crosser. If you know that there's a 30-yard crosser and there's a 5-yard running back route, just take the crosser. Those yards won't matter. Those 5 yards won't lose you games. That 30-yard gain for a touchdown will. It will lose you games. And if you follow that crosser 9 times out of 10, that one time that you don't follow it will end up being the play that loses you the game. And then just another, like, one of the most other important things about having a good user is just memory. So if you know that your opponent always goes to this play verticals on, say, like a 3rd and 15, which it is one of the best 3rd and 15 plays in the game, you'll know that. So good defense against verticals, man this guy up on the outside receiver, man A up to the tight end, inside third that guy, and then follow the crosser with your user. So if you know that he always goes to verticals, you just play for that. So if this is 3rd and 15, all you have to guard is this route right here. Completely covered, we sack the quarterback, and the play was completely covered because we remembered that that was what he went to right there. So, say we run this defense again. This is defense for verticals. I'll show it off right here. This is one of the best defenses in the game for verticals, and if we really wanted to, usually you shouldn't send 2, but that would basically be the perfect defense. Maybe like that. So 3rd and 15, this is his money play. Follow this with your user. Nothing's open besides that 2-yard check down. Still got 13 yards to go. So having a good user, it is one of the most important things. Even pros will mess it up sometimes just because of how hard it can be. But really going over these things, these 3 basic concepts, are what will like make you better than most players. Most players will just run at what they see. If they see a running back, they'll run at it and let up that crosser for a good 30, 40 yards. So it's really the difference between a good and bad user. Even the best users in the world, they'll make mistakes. It's fine to make mistakes. I make mistakes. I'll give up touchdowns because of it too. But really just learning those 3 concepts are what could separate a good player and a bad player. So hope this guys helps. Leave something in the comments if you have any questions or any suggestions for a next video, and I'll see you guys later.